Welcome to Techno Info Ed. Let's jump into a critical operational blueprint that separates successful modern founders from those who lose their life savings on unproven ideas. Imagine an entrepreneur who wants to launch an online business. Instead of spending thousands of dollars building a website, ordering inventory, and hoping people buy, they need a bulletproof plan to validate market demand first. Today, we are going to apply everyday digital tools, specifically Google Forms and social media polls, to design a phased demand validation plan that proves people will actually open their wallets before a single dollar is spent on development. To build a reliable validation plan, we structure our research like a funnel, starting with broad social media polls to look at macro market trends. Social media polls are incredibly powerful because they have almost zero friction. People love to click a single button while scrolling through LinkedIn, Instagram, or X. However, the secret lies in how you design the question. Never ask a hypothetical question like, would you buy an organic cleaning product if I made one? Consumers almost always say yes to be polite, which gives you false data. Instead, ask binary or multi-choice questions focused purely on their existing problems. For example, post a poll asking, what is your absolute biggest issue with current kitchen cleaning sprays? And give options like, toxic chemical smells, bad bottle nozzles, or high prices. When hundreds of people vote, you instantly validate the exact market gap that your online business needs to solve. Once the polls show you which problem is the most painful, you move to phase 2 of the funnel, applying Google Forms for deep, granular insights. You take the link to your Google form and share it with the highly engaged users who commented on your polls. To encourage them to fill it out, offer them an incentive, like 20% off your future launch or a helpful free guide. Inside the Google form, you shift from simple multiple choice to structured, qualitative questions. First, ask how they are currently trying to solve this problem and how much they are currently spending on workarounds. Second, use a scale from 1 to 5 to measure how unhappy they are with current market solutions. If the average answer is a 4 or a 5, you have officially found an urgent, burning pain point. Finally, include pricing validation questions. Ask them at what price point the product would feel too expensive, and at what price it would feel so cheap that they would worry about the quality. This gives you a clear data-driven map for your pricing strategy. To bring this validation plan to a close, you don't just look at the raw data, you run it through a strict decision matrix. If more than 10% of your social media viewers interact with your polls, if consumers rate their frustration with current options above a 4 out of 5, and if at least 15% of your Google form takers willingly leave their email addresses for your launch list, you have a definitive green light to build. Ultimately, designing a demand validation plan proves whether you are building a product real customers are begging for, or just chasing a hobby. Validate first, launch second, and build on data.